everyone? This is Day Trader Matt doing an Emini Trading Room recap for Tuesday the 23rd of October. And today we had a very nice gap down and basically a sideways to downward movement and then a sideways to upward movement. So, pretty boring on the day, but we did get some pretty nice trades out of it. We had 3 trades today, working inside of a maximum profit potential of 9 3/4 points or 39 ticks. And actual entries and exits, we made 10 1/4 points or 41 ticks. Excuse me. Basically what we did on the day, we did grab along right off the open. Worked out pretty well. And then we rolled that into a short and rode that down a little bit, taking some nice profits. And then we rolled that right into a long, taking some good profits. And from there we just kind of watched it chop around a little bit, and then it just broke down. And then from there we watched it move sideways. It really didn't do a whole lot after that. And we just stayed out of the markets and better not place a trade when it's sideways rather than try for it. You do have a lot of volatility in the first half an hour, so usually that is pretty good, but after this 10:35 period it was really just choppy, not a whole lot going on, no real direction. So that's why we like to stay out of that, or at least I do anyway. With that, I'd like to encourage everyone who hasn't checked out the website already, or if you have checked it out and you enjoy it, encourage you to check it out again. Website is www.businesswithtrading.com. Every day we focus on the ES, the S&P Futures market. It's my favorite market to trade and has been so for many years. One of the things that I do like about it is you do have some decent trades. Like today, for example, we had some nice trades, and this would have been a nice one. But I don't try to force trades. I take trades, and we made a good amount of money today. A little over $500 on the day, including commission. A little bit more than $500. So, there's really no reason to try to force trades. You could have gotten long here, or gotten short here, or gotten long here. You would have probably gotten short here and gotten a lot of movement against you, and then tiny profit, and it's I'd rather not force anything. Just take it as it comes, and live to fight another day. And like I talk about, I don't have to take a trade every day. And that's, one of the things that separates a professional trader from an amateur trader. And it's a lot easier said than done. I remember my days as a new trader, and it's not the easiest thing in the world. But, it definitely can be done. And that's why I do a lot of coaching and, training, mentoring. Because I do enjoy helping people become better traders, or if they've never traded before, become good traders. And I've helped many people so far as since I've been doing it. I've been training people before the website even started. The website just came about because I was getting a lot of emails and questions, stuff like that. So that's one of the reasons the website actually did come about. But it's definitely been an awesome journey. It's been a ton of fun, very gratifying. It's really awesome to be able to teach somebody something and then for them to go off and have success on their own. It's definitely really cool. And I'm not one of those guys that, if one of my students goes off and has success, I'm going to make a really big deal out of it and, hey, I did that. Because ego really has no place in trading. It really doesn't. When you do develop an ego, that's when you start losing money, blow up accounts, and bad stuff starts to happen. When I teach somebody something that I know, and then they go off and have success, I give them all of the gratification because they're the ones that took that step. They're the ones that opened their mind to information and new strategies and stuff that they're unfamiliar with. So they basically became comfortable being uncomfortable, and that's something a lot of people cannot do. So if a student of mine learns and becomes successful, they're more reason to celebrate rather than me. All I did was supply some information and some strategies and techniques that I've been doing over the years. But they're the ones that actually learned it. So, that's one of the reasons I don't really get too up about it, because it's really the individual and it's really, their success. It's not necessarily my success. Like, I know that I was a little bit responsible for it, but I'm not going to go out and brag and tell everybody, and that seems really stupid on my part. But I don't know, I just felt like I needed to talk about that a little bit. And with that, if you did get some value out of this video, I really would appreciate it if you would click like, tweet it, or put it on Facebook. Definitely would appreciate that a lot. I appreciate all the support so far, everyone. Have an awesome night, and I'll see you back here in the markets. Thank you.